I love Mike Hanson Archives.
You ready to run?
Hello, folks. This is Jeff Davis with the legendary Jeff Davis Show from Central Texas, USA. And I love Mike Hanson Archives. Peace out, baby.
This is Joyce Isaacs at large, and this is Richard Barrett. No, it's not Richard. We're waiting for him to get here. We're out at the Buffalo Soldier stable. Is this the nicest horse you've ever seen? Oh, yeah, okay. I love you too. But no, we're going to be talking about the Buffalo Soldiers. Truly, I guess it's a unique Texas thing. For years and years, I've been reading about the Buffalo Soldiers.
Some are Mercedes. Some. I don't know. Okay. Now go ahead.
Probably chewed by pets. Okay, are we ready to go? Yes, we were working on our camera, and I need to confess right now, Richard just rode up on his big white horse. It's really a Chevy, with it seats 28 people. That's what? That's horse name. Chevy. It is. It's my horse name. It's his horse name, and he doesn't know that. I introduced him a while ago. See that red horse back in the stable pen back there? Well, he looked like you a little bit, and he's kind of nibbled my ear, and he's kind of got that Italian flair. Yeah, nibbling. Oh, anyway, we're here. we're having too much fun. I just can't help it. But on my left is Nathan Bullock, and he's originally from North Carolina. That's what you told me.
Yes. Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina, but he was in the military, and you met this Texas lady.
Yep, and she didn't let me leave Texas.
Well, I don't blame her. She knows a good thing when she catches it. And on my right, it's Ray Arrington, who's over here telling us about having pumpkin pulls. I don't know if that's something I should say on the air. How are you?
Doing good, doing real good.
Well,
glad to be here.
You and Richard Baretti are. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Miss Joyce.
Okay. We've been looking at his. I got two Aggies to the right. Kind of stay close to me, Nathan. It'll be all right when we get through this. We're sitting out here, kind of downwind of the stables, and yeah, a cowboy ain't supposed to have one of those phones on him, right? It's probably one of those horses called and say, "Get those strange people." Is this neat or what?
This is neat.
This is neat.
Why didn't you bring your daughter? She'd have loved this, wouldn't she?
Asleep when I left the house.
Oh, okay. Pardon me. She's almost a teenager. Okay. Okay, yeah, Angela, you could have been out here seeing these horses. They're so wonderful. But are you, Richard, I need to ask you, have you ever ridden a horse? Get over here.
Miss Joyce, I have never ridden a horse, and I was offered the opportunity to ride the horse of my choice this morning, either a gelding or a horse that's got all of its parts. But you know, can you tell me a little bit more about what the negative is to riding a gelding? Are they a little sensitive?
No, they're not a little sensitive. They're a little more spirited. Can you imagine if you miss
No, I don't know why.
Something's wrong here now. If you're missing that critical ingredient, it would seem like you wouldn't be as spirited.
Well, maybe they're still looking for it.
Whoa!
But no, it makes them a little more spirited. They get to be a bigger horse too.
No, that's not what it is. They're mad.
Well, that way it could be. I would be.
And before I'd get on it, I'd start yelling, "I didn't do it, honey. I didn't do it," like that to you. But tell us, for the viewing audience, I know what a gelding is. I used to write farm scripts. What is it?
A gelding is a male horse that's been castrated. He can no longer have off-breeds.
Do they use what they call the Bardizzo clamp to do that?
They don't use that anymore, Richard.
They don't use that? That seems painful to me. You know what that is?
I don't think they...
No, but then do you know what that is? Do you know what it is? You had good. Thank goodness they didn't have those in North Carolina, right?
I think they used to give the horse a shot of bourbon before they used the Bardizzo clamp.
How did this get so out of control? Two Aggies sitting over here.
It made perfect sense to us.
Well, I'm the one that can't do directions, but anyway, look who I'm running around with. But the Bardizzo, is that a real thing?
Tell him about the Bardizzo clamp.
Well, you ever seen a big pair of pliers?
Oh, my Lord.
You know what a pair of horse nippers are?
Horse nippers?
Nippers that you trim the hooves with?
No, tell me no.
It's a pair of pliers that's
Yeah.
It's got like a teeth like that.
Look like wire cutters.
Like wire cutters, but it's flat like that. So can you imagine saying, "Come up here, I'm gonna give you a shot of bourbon," and you're gonna lose something at the same time?
And you're not giving a manicure?
Nope, no manicure.
Oh.
No manicure.
Well, sort of cleans up a certain area.
Only, I'm sick.
Now, wait a minute. We've got, now they serve turkey fries. Now what are those called?
Turkey fries.
Well, sure, when you go into a restaurant.
When you make a gelding out of a
turkey.
Turkey fries.
Yeah, they chicken fry those.
They chicken fry 'em, okay.
Takes a lot of
They
turkeys.
don't do that with horses?
No, but you ever heard of mountain oysters?
Yeah,
mountain oysters.
Mountain oysters.
Is that what those is? Or those only come from a
pig.
I thought those were from a bull.
They're from a pig,
It's from
but
a pig.
it's that would be a heck of a mountain oyster, come to think about it, man. You'd have to serve up a family with it. You wouldn't need but a couple of them.
I bet that's right.
But like those rooster fries, isn't that what you call them when they come off of roosters? But
Call them rooster fries.
it'd take 50,000 chickens to like have Thanksgiving with, roosters.
What'd they call them in North Carolina?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
Nathan's the nice one sitting here with me, thank goodness, because it might make the three on this. You see this, it's nice, kind of nice, and then two Aggies.
And then
sitting-
Well, now this is probably the original direction you wanted this show to go in, isn't it?
I wanted this show to go, I want to see the humorous side of this, and it's pretty humorous, at least
It
to
is.
me. And I want people to see the human side of this, because we're going to talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. Have you ever heard of the Buffalo Soldiers?
I have never heard of the Buffalo Soldiers.
And you an Aggie?
I'm an Aggie.
That's why.
That's why.
I went to school there too, so I know. I didn't hear about it there either.
Okay.
We don't know what y'all heard about. I know what you heard about, but I won't
Did
say
you ever
it.
swallow any goldfish?
Not on purpose.
Did you? You didn't try to get in the Corps?
I was not in the Corps.
Okay. Well, that's why you didn't swallow goldfish.
I have never taken instructions well. To this day.
But he can read a
But
map
my
better.
wife's still working on it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, his wife has him pretty well in hand. Thank goodness somebody got him off the street. But I've been hearing for years about the Buffalo Soldier. When did the Buffalo Soldier organization originate?
Well, the Buffalo Soldier, the unit themselves started after the Civil War in 1865.
How did it come about?
It came about after the black soldiers got out of the Civil War. They didn't have anywhere else to go, and they,
Now, wait a minute. Were they in the Union Army?
they were in the Union Army. They were in the Union Army.
That makes perfect sense to me.
And what happened was they had all the western frontier that hadn't been settled yet.
Uh-huh.
So you had all of the eastern merchants that were out, and they said, well, we can't send these settlers out in Texas and Oklahoma and New Mexico out there. We got to send somebody, a forward party to settle a country for us.
And we know who they chose.
That's right. We'll give you $13 a day, $13 a month to go out and just clean up the whole mess out there.
Pretty good pay for that time.
$13 a month? Well, I guess that beats nothing. Well, you didn't.
Well, I'm from Arkansas. It seems like a fortune to me, Nathan. How about, no, 13, okay, and this was like, okay, we're talking somewhere in 1867,
Right.
somewhere around there, okay,
mhm.
after the Civil War.
After Civil War.
Now, are you descended from an actual Buffalo Soldier, or do you know any, or have you had any connection with someone who actually served?
I know, I'm not a descendant, but I know of some direct descendants. Dr. King is right here in Austin. His grandfather was the chaplain for the 9th Cavalry, Buffalo Soldier in 1866.
I don't think.
And his, if you ever seen the picture where the little boy is sitting on Galveston Bay, and the ship is coming, Colonel Grange is bringing in the ship to give the news about the emancipation. If you see the actual photo, it's a little boy that's sitting on the dock at Galveston Bay.
Uh-huh.
That's Dr. King's granddaddy. That little boy is his
neat.
granddad. So we have done a lot of lectures together and a lot of speeches together, but he's a direct descendant of the Buffalo Soldier.
And this is a part of our American heritage that really has been neglected. And I'm interested in genealogy because I'm working on my credentials for the Daughters of the American Revolution. And I have to tell this again. I've told it once before on this show, but I said to my daughter, Nathan, I said, now just, she's of course married, thank goodness. They're both out of our house. And I said, we need to do this so that you will be in line to join the Daughters of the American Revolution. And she said, well, I don't know if I like them or not. They wouldn't let Marian Anderson sing in the wherever,
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, Elizabeth, that's why we need to do this, to assure that that kind of thing never happens again. And it wasn't like, in two breaths, she said, Can you get me into the Daughters of the Confederacy, Mother? Well, no, she didn't go to A&M. She's a graduate of North Texas. But this is just as much history of this country. It parallels everything that's happened to make this country great.
Right.
And it was so it was segregated for a long time. I remember when it was. And
I do too.
Yeah,
I
but
do too. Back when we were at A&M.
Right, absolutely.
Was it still? Was A&M?
66?
Yeah, but A&M wasn't segregated.
Oh,
Was it?
yes, it was.
Maybe not formally, but informally
It was?
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Of course, you didn't let women in for a long time.
Well,
What
see,
can
right
I
there,
say?
you see? That was a big form of it right there. I remember when you remember when they didn't have any ladies' bathrooms out there.
Where'd you think you were, the Supreme Court? They still don't have a ladies' room. I think they're finally.
Well,
I mean, come on.
They didn't have ladies' bathrooms in the classrooms, in the buildings. They didn't have ladies' bathrooms. No ladies went there. Why would you have
Yeah,
them?
there wasn't an issue. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
It is with me, and I'm pretty mad. I can't believe they didn't have the girls' rooms. Well, okay, okay, y'all are in for it now. It's gonna be a rough day, cowboys. You have had it now. But this is truly a part of American history, and I have just like seen little bits about it because I've seen it in Western movies now and then. I see some. How did Buffalo Soldiers get that name?
Well, the Indians gave the Buffalo Soldiers a name, and it wasn't not only because of the hair, but because of their courage. They was courageous fighters. They didn't turn around. I mean, they were upfront soldiers. They didn't have anything to look back for. So if you got a troop of guys, a troop of soldiers who've got nothing to go home for, nothing to look forward to in the front, and nothing to go home for, so that means they had to stand their ground where they were. So because of their courage, and the buffalo was a sacred animal to the Indians.
Oh, it still is.
It still is. They gave the black soldiers that name Buffalo Soldiers.
Okay, but you say that part of the name came from the fact the
The hair. Right?
the hair,
The
yeah.
hair, well, the top of the hair, between if you ever noticed a buffalo, right in between his horns.
I have petted a buffalo at a state park, and I did well. Okay, yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It's a woolly and it's a smooth coat too. It's
Yeah.
a smooth coat of woolly hair right between his horns.
But buffaloes are wonderful.
They are.
And they're truly, if a white man came along and tried to kill all of them off, but that's true.
Yeah,
right?
well, I got this
Yeah.
card and I scanned it.
Yeah, so cute. Okay, are we back? And we're having such a good time sitting here, Nathan. I just kind of do, when you see Texans over here like this. You were born in Texas, weren't you?
Right here.
You see Texans like that, does it make you kind of wonder, because we like it so much since we got here as quick as we could. But there's something about Aggies, and I don't want to go into, you know what it is. It's just kind of a silent understanding. And a lot of people always carry on about Aggies, but one of the many great things that A&M has is a veterinary school, which I'd say is about like the Mayo Clinic. In fact, I think I may go there if I get sick. I've taken my dogs there, and a vet that can work with an animal that can't say, my leg hurts or whatever. It's absolutely wonderful. Which brings us right into the footage we're going to watch, because it is about, you see, Ray, what is this?
That's the Buffalo Soldiers. That's the 3rd annual Juneteenth Buffalo Soldier Rodeo.
And it was the 20th?
20th of June at the Texas Expo Center.
And next year you're going to have another one?
Don't have another one. It's going to be on the 19th this time, because next year the Juneteenth falls on a Saturday.
Okay, so
It's going to be on the 19th.
On the Friday.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
On
Oh,
Saturday.
okay.
Next year's on a Saturday.
On Saturday. Okay. And what do you? Is there an admission for this rodeo?
What we do is we charge an admission for the rodeo. The proceeds from the rodeo we give to charitable organizations, and we use those proceeds also to do the lectures and the thing that we do as a group during the year.
Okay.
So this is our big fundraiser for the year, our one-time rodeo here. And we do other rodeos too. We've got rodeos that we do in Plum, Texas. We do rodeo. We got one to do up in Bryan, Texas. We're going back up to Bryan.
Okay, you're going to ride, Richard. You're going to ride.
I'm going to be the featured performer.
I want to be the one that rides out in the star-spangled, that suit.
I'm going to be featured so they can show off the new
Don't
ambulance.
leave. There's another cowboy over there. Where are you going? You hadn't even been on camera yet.
I gotta go to work.
Oh, well, it's a good thing there's one man among us, okay? Somebody just passing through to check on his horse, maybe?
Just checking on
Okay, what we're going to show you some footage of the actual rodeo. We about ready to go to that, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta go to footage.
see you next week with the second part of it.
And we'll see you next week with the second part of this. This is too much fun. Okay, Joyce Isaacs at large. Yippee-I-O!
Right back to Brian to his dad's funeral. He said, no, this is like, no, I'll get down there. It wasn't real close, so it didn't matter much for Ralph anyway. And so the day of the funeral, my mother called me and said that Miss Wakefield had called her and asked her to get in touch with Ralph. He hadn't been to the...
Test the sound out real quick.
You know, Mike Hanson always wants to tell us when to talk. You'd think he was the producer, right? I'll tell you when. He loves control. He's always in control. I'm sitting here with Nathan Bullock, who's probably the nicest one in this group. But now, that didn't say it a lot, Nathan.
No.
Oh, I forgot. I'm carried away. I'm having fun, but you just leave us alone. It's Joyce Isaacs at large. And on the very front end of this, I said to Mike, he and I have both been so involved with so many political things. Let's do something for fun, because that is sort of, I don't know if it's politically correct to have fun anymore, but I'm sitting here with Nathan Bullock to the left, who is a native of North Carolina, incidentally, because we're going to talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. Fascinating story, and I would say it's a precursor for most of the history of black men in the military. And then I'm sitting here with Richard Brady.
Hi, Miss Joyce.
Well,
it's good to be with you.
You're high today.
I'm high today.
The only way we could get him out here is to tell him it's a bar, okay? And he thinks we're bad, and we know it. And these two guys are so nice. And to my far right, but I hope he's not far right, but he may be, because some of us are, down the middle. It's Ray Arrington.
Good to be with you. Glad to be here.
We're talking Buffalo Soldiers.
We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you a little background about it and hope you enjoy it.
What's the logo you've got up behind us?
Richard's blocking it.
I'm blocking. Let me, hold on just a minute.
Once an Aggie, always an Aggie, right.
But it was all right, though, because we're Aggies together. He can block it if he
Aggies together. He's standing up. He thinks he's the fourth man on the field or whatever. Well, there's not 12, but, oh, okay. Anyway, just doing my math there. All right, now he's got a shot of the logo. Come back.
Okay, I can come back
yeah.
for the logo. Or should I hold the logo?
No, you just...
I've got on a steel shirt. It ought to stick.
Well, just hold yourself a minute. We're going to talk about the history of the Buffalo Soldier. If you saw our show, I hope it ran last week, about the rodeo that they do here on Juneteenth, which is, of course, all of this stands for many, many different things in the life of the Black American or African American. What do you prefer we call you? I know you want us to call you Ray. I knew it.
I think in the black community, African Americans is a politically correct word. I think that would.
Oh well, you know that doesn't go on this show, right? Okay, we can't call you Joe though.
No, don't call me.
See, he's got an attitude already. Okay. But the history of the Buffalo Soldiers, how it got started, its birth came out of the cavalry.
Out of the Civil War after 1865.
Yeah, I know. I'm from Arkansas. You guys had on the blue uniform. You had the good things. You know, we were just poor cotton farmers and things. But you know, going back to the Civil War, I think, in my older age, shall we say, I've come to think that most wars weren't fought for the reasons we thought they were what I was taught in school. Yeah. You know, that it was over a slavery issue, which of course was wrong. But most wars are fought because there's some economics involved in them, right?
Absolutely. Just no gain, no pain.
That's right. I'm speaking with men that have been to Vietnam, not Richard. He was here keeping the home. Richard was here with me. No, you served 2 tours in Vietnam.
2 tours in Vietnam. Wasn't any of them pleasurable, but I served my country over there twice, and I stayed in long enough to retire out of the military. Thank God I made it home in one piece.
Yeah, you're home.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
Thank God for that, because I'm telling you, did you go to Vietnam?
Yeah, I did 1 tour over there. I was a helicopter crew chief.
Oh, and if they crashed, it was bad.
Yeah, it was.
You know, and
I ran loops missions for a while. This was the the small OH-6 helicopter.
Uh-huh.
We used them to flush out the enemy and
You know, I have a friend here in town, Bud Parrish, and he has a page up on the internet with helicopters.
Yeah.
And he said he was on the ground, but he liked it so much because when you heard that whoosh, 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 you knew somebody was coming to get you. You know, you knew your guys were on their way to get you. But so I think that we need to realize that the black soldier has fought hard for this country in war after war after war. And so it started with the cavalry, and the Buffalo Soldier, as we could recap a little, was sent out because, let's face it, I think you had the least power of anybody.
That's true.
They said, and you didn't have any place to go.
That's right. No place to go, no place to call home after the war. After a torn country over the war, you know, the countryside,
Right.
the little shanties that they might have had.
Right.
Was
It's
nothing
all
now.
gone.
It's all gone. Families split up, and that was even back before. You know, we didn't get the emancipation until 1865 also, so we didn't even know that we were free.
Well, you didn't have an internet.
Yeah, we didn't have an internet. No internet.
Can you imagine?
No internet.
And I've thought about that many times. Can you imagine walking around thinking you were enslaved?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been free for months. You know, I mean, that just makes me so mad when I think I would have been so
2
upset.
years.
Yeah.
2
I would
years.
have thought, what do you mean? I want back pay, you know, right now.
So where's my 40 acres in the mule?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Well, you're still riding that in the rodeo.
Yep, still riding the
yeah,
mule.
they
Okay.
finally got their mule. He said, Ray said growing up he lived in Bryan, and he rode a mule. But anyway, what is the Buffalo Soldier's role today?
What we do today, we consider ourselves as living history educators. I do a lot of lectures at the schools, a lot of presentation. We'll hook up to our trailers and we'll go. And this is all nonprofit. Just tell us to come and we'll take off of work or whatever, and we'll be there. But we do a lot of work with the elderly and with youth. Our last year, I think we documented speaking with, coming in contact with over 15,000 youth in 1 year. So for an organization our size, and this is all over the state of Texas. We did. Went down to Corpus Christi. We did a performance down for the Boss Symposium down there. We went to Dallas to the State Fair, which we hopefully will go to this year. We went to the governor's inaugural balls and stuff. The things that we do, but it's all promoting community service and helping the youth and the elderly. That's our whole purpose. We're not a social club. We are a service organization.
Well, you hit us right there. I guess we could call. You're probably still under the youth thing, aren't you?
I am very, very young for my age.
Very young for his age. And then the older group, that's me. So yes, it is. Yes, sir. I'm going to be able to draw Social Security, and you just keep paying it, okay?
Well, Mother's Day, we'll make sure to bring you a rose. We take all of the mothers, all of the elderly, we try to get them a rose on Mother's Day.
I think that's good because my rotten well, anyway, we're getting up.
Well, I'll cut it out.
Well, that's so graceful.
Go ahead.
Okay, come on, guys.
Did you want me to pick your pants?
Give them some.
No, don't be. What?
Oh, that's what he wants.
Is he bad? Are we bad? You think he's back in the Army, don't you?
yeah.
Oh.
This is the horse you like. This horse's name is Bill.
And I have to make a correction.
Okay,
I
wait a minute.
told you-
Wait a minute. We're starting again over here. Okay, Nathan, what'd you tell me it was wrong? Because your wife is what?
Well, I have to make a correction. You asked me what kind of horse that was, and I said a filly, and that's wrong. That's
That's a gelding.
a gelding.
Well, wait a minute.
That's a male.
I don't think we need to go down there and inspect everything, right? You know, this is.
I can make sure.
Well, I think that's a little familiar. I mean, don't these? Boy, a bill. Okay.
If you do that, do you have to whisper in the horse's ear before you start?
I tell you, you can take an Italian out of Italy, can't you? But there's
about
just
it.
something about them. I told you it was like Richard. Here, you take the mic a while, and you do some interviewing and let me play with the horses, okay?
Joyce, if you're going to play with a horse, be careful, okay?
Well, he's just a gelding. We got nothing to worry about.
Well, now, tell me, is this any of the stock that you use in the rodeo?
Yep. This week, matter of fact, this horse was one of the ones that the lady rode. She's been riding for about a month now. She rode him in the grand entry at the rodeo this past
He's so neat.
this past June.
Bill,
Sure did.
Is it a full-blown rodeo where you've got calf roping and?
I tell you, this is one of
describe
one of the better events, better rodeos that we had here in Austin, and that's compared to the Travis County Livestock Show, that the rodeo that we have here for 9 days. I guess you would say per capita, this rodeo was bigger than that because we had in a one-day event we had over 350 contestants in one day.
Really?
In one day. So we had a real good turnout. We had a real good crowd. We were thankful to the Capital Chamber of Commerce, who was went in with a joint venture with Buffalo Soldier Production and put the rodeo on, and all of our great sponsors who contributed and came out and supported us all the way. But it was a real big success, and we really did enjoy it. Now I hope everybody enjoyed it. I really did.
Nathan, how did you get your start in rodeo?
Well, I was in the military, and a friend of mine had a horse, and I used to come around and ride his horse, and of course he later sold it, but he got me interested, and I bought one, and I have 2 horses now, and I've been riding ever since.
I don't know if we ought to. Will he say anything to us?
Well, I don't know.
What's this horse's name?
Yeah, his name is Bill.
His name is Bill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him William just to make sure until he says it's okay to call him Bill. Well, tell me, Ray was saying that you go in and you put on a performance when you go around and you talk to these school kids, and what kind of performance do you put on? Do you have any old uniforms or replicas from the Buffalo Soldiers?
Yes, we have the uniforms, but we just go around and basically ride precision riding and do stuff like that, but mostly just talk to them.
Where do you get the time to practice all of this so you'll be well trained and in precision when you put on a performance?
Yeah, well, I'm retired, and I also had a stroke, so that threw me out of my other job, so I'm kind of retired twice.
So you can devote full time to it.
Yes.
Well, you look like you're doing well, though.
I am.
You're glad to be here.
Oh yeah.
You're glad to be anywhere right now.
For real.
Well, what do we have coming up over here? Coming up over here. Is this a Clydesdale?
No, are you talking about me or the horse?
No, I know what you are. You're a thoroughbred.
Well, this is part thoroughbred. This is what you call an appendix bred horse. It's bred with part quarter horse and part thoroughbred.
And Bobby
This
Socks.
is a barrel racer. Her name is Bobby Socks.
Bobby Socks.
Mike, can
Bobby
you get her Bobby Socks down here? She's beautiful. Okay, and you barrel race with her.
Well, we've got one of our club members, Melanie Bass, the lady that was featured in the paper. She runs this horse and barrels. Okay. I'm a little too big for that. My wife has had she's not physically able, so we've got somebody else so Melanie Bass rides her.
Okay,
That's a beautiful horse, isn't it?
Isn't it beautiful? It's a Bobby Socks.
That's
That's a sweetheart. Now you want to get up here and jump on the horse? Let's see you do
There
it.
are certain things I'm sure this horse is not prepared for, and that's probably one of them.
Oh, Glenn, are you watching this? I want a horse.
I am not a weasel, but we can get Joyce up on the horse, although I won't get on. You want to get on the horse,
Not
Joyce?
now. Not
Why
now.
not?
Well,
Why not?
because I hate to show you up. You really not a horse person, Richard?
I think they're great to look at.
Now I want to ask you, do you have a horse out here?
Are you talking to me or Nathan?
I'm talking to Nathan, who's talking to the horse.
No, my horse is on the other side in another field,
Okay.
not far from here.
But you have several horses?
Yeah, I have 2.
Okay, well that's several. That's a lot. Okay. How did you get started riding horses, Nathan?
Well, I've been riding ever since. It started when I was a kid playing cowboy.
Oh,
riding
well,
stick horses.
You used to have to park the broom.
Yeah.
I back the broom up. Whoa, get back.
We've all been Dale Evans, haven't we, Bobby Socks? Okay, so when you go out to lecture, or not, well, I guess that's what you make presentations, you take horses with you.
We sure do.
And this is great, isn't
I
it?
tell you, we even got it. Our organization has
Feel
gone
the
to
nose. She's not going to hurt you.
Bastrop
Scared.
County, the Elgin Independent School District.
Uh-huh.
They turn out school for one day. We're on with their school board. They turn out school for one day for the Buffalo Soldiers, and they have all of the schools to come to the high school football field, And they have a one-day Buffalo Soldier event. It's usually during the month of February, where all of the kids come out and we take the horses. We have snow cones. We do reenactments for them. So it's a real good thing that Elgin, the school district, is doing down there.
How many people are members or participants in the Buffalo Soldiers group here?
Right now we've got about.
Oh, she
got
pretty.
14.
14, but it's 2 units in town. So when we do a venture out to the schools and stuff like that, we like to include everybody. And it's 2 different companies. We got the 9th Cavalry and the 10th Cavalry. We're the 10th Cavalry, but the 9th Cavalry is here in town also, and we work together with them. We work together with the Parks and Wildlife, Ken Pollard, with Parks and Wildlife. We work together with him. The state, believe it or not, all of the reenactment equipment that we have in the uniforms and all that, it belong to the state. And if people are interested in becoming a member of the Buffalo Soldiers, and ladies, we've got auxiliaries for ladies.
Well,
too.
now, do you take? You take women. Do you take white people?
We're diversified.
Hispanic?
We don't care what color you are.
Do you?
You know what?
Do you take Italians?
And Italians too.
Okay,
We don't want to
Italians
say that
too.
too loud.
Okay.
Who's the leading Italian Buffalo Soldier? I want to know what the
Richard, I guess it'd have to be you. I don't know of any more.
Could you get a tight shot on that?
You stay over there by that horse.
I'll get over
But
here
we
by
do-
the horse.
we-
It's like a cat. It's like a big kitty cat.
We are a diversified organization because, even during the Emancipation Proclamation, if you think about it, on Juneteenth, when we celebrate that, it was white sharecroppers who were just as glad as we were to be free. I mean, it was those who were on sharecrops who didn't get the opportunity to be free. That white sharecroppers out there, that they didn't get emancipated, and they had to stay there anyway. So I mean, those people, we're just diversified. I feel like the Emancipation Proclamation was for everybody who was enslaved.
Mm-hmm.
And
Regardless
of color, it was for everybody.
Well,
who was enslaved.
and I have a cowboy friend who owns a ranch, and he says there are 2 races of people: the decent and the indecent.
Yeah.
And I keep hoping I can get in that decent group, Nathan, that I can just hang out with horses and Italians and
Richard's
stuff.
getting hair all over his shirt. You see him keeping doing that. See, it doesn't bother. See, Bullock,
Well,
he
it's
had
what-
Joyce
he hadn't
was
done anything.
was dusting the horse.
It's
Make
a-
sure I get it.
It's a designer shirt. He's
Oh,
got
okay.
Well, he has. I think you have a Diane Karen. Well, no, I thought it said Diane Karen. What does this stand for? NK.
Nike.
Nike. Oh, pardon
He gets
me.
paid
He
to
for
wear that
that.
shirt.
Okay. Well, pardon me, Michael Jordan. Oh,
Are most of the members of the Buffalo Soldiers retired military?
No, they're not. Most of them. I think I'm the only one that's retired. We've got a national organization for Buffalo Soldiers that's out in California, and the national organization, as strange as it might seem, is just 3 members. But these 3 guys have put forth so much effort into bringing back just about 25 years of history that's been kind of seeped through the cracks. And so we have our national conventions. We've got companies all over the United States. Matter of fact, we've even got a foreign branch in Germany now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ladies auxiliaries that's a part of, that support the organization. And but it's those 3 guys are retired military.
well,
And
it's all right. It's like the big 3 car makers.
Right. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's
it's
the
the same deal.
big 3
Right.
horse riders.
Well, do you guys ever get called on to be reenactors in films?
Sure
or?
we do. Sure we do. We did. We were.
So he's a movie star.
Well, so is Richard.
participated.
You know what, Richard? One of the things he had, I see you quite a bit in the greatest little bakery in or what was the name of that?
It was about a bakery.
Yeah, in at
Certainly things
LaGrange.
warmed up,
At
yeah.
LaGrange, yeah. Things warmed up. They said, get people who know. I'm just teasing him, okay? But what movies have you been in?
The Buffalo Soldiers with Danny Glover.
Yeah.
I was in True Women, and I think we were out in another movie. I was in those 2 myself. But we've done some movies. We've done
Okay.
some car. I did a car commercial for Chrysler. It hadn't shown yet. I don't know when it's going to show. But
That's
when
okay.
when
Did
Well,
you
you
get
got
paid?
paid?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's all. This is 2
That wasn't
unemployed
part-
actors
that
right
Two
there.
unemployed actors. No, did you get paid?
Get money when you do
As an
that,
ex- as an
Nathan. They
extra,
got
yeah,
plenty.
not as an
Chrysler
extra,
has
as an
money.
extra,
Okay.
As an extra.
That's okay.
But it was real good. So we try to get involved in it, and in any filming that comes around here, we can get away to it. We
Now,
like doing it.
let
I
me-
just like horses.
Do you get paid for the use of your horse?
No, I let them use my horse. Oh, you mean on the movie set?
Yeah.
Oh, as much as I can.
There
That's
you go.
right. Okay, because
And the truck and the
it's
trailer.
right,
That's
right.
right.
If
That's
they want a
right.
Ford
That's
truck or a
That's
Chevy,
right.
you get money for those.
That's right.
Maybe he could teach us a thing or two. We know so much about. Well, that's absolutely great. Don't you feel really good when you get out and do this because it's so positive
It is.
and
It
it's
is.
fun?
Well,
is.
plus it's so informative for the
Yeah.
people there.
Well, history is so lacking. Let's face it.
It is.
You know, and when you start to really get into history and find out a lot of things about a lot of presidents, of course that's a timely subject, isn't it? But I'm thinking Thomas Jefferson, who had several mulatto children. I think about 7 or 8.
That's right.
And I think we ought to realize that what we all are, get that shot. What we all, we're all just people.
Yeah.
And you can be a hero and be just people.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's all there is to it. But every ancestor we've had, Richard, has been, of course, Richard, one of his big claim to fame is that his grandfather.
Easy. Go ahead. What was it again?
Oh, your grandfather and your uncle, their names were Santo and
Davy.
And David. That's
Santo.
Santo, and then plain David, the uncle there.
You're thinking about my other side of the family that had the interesting last name.
Oh no, we're not getting into.
We're not going to bring that up again.
Not again. We're
All
not
right,
getting
okay.
into that. But they dug the dam. The first dam out here in Austin.
Okay.
They
You
were
know,
the
dam
dam
that broke,
diggers.
They were dam diggers on that one.
There were dam diggers on that one. But
Is that like ice pop?
Yeah,
yes,
about
like
like
ice a box.
Ice a
Yeah.
box.
But I think what we forget is that when we at that. Look at, is that Bill? That's Bill. Hey, Bill. Hi, honey. Now,
Bill's got a suitcase head.
Why do you say that?
That's horse talk.
Horse talk?
That's horse talk.
What does
See
it
how
mean?
big his head is?
didn't look too much big to, why?
It's long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's long. So they call that a suitcase head.
Now, why is that, I wonder?
It's just a breeding of it.
Oh.
He's part horse and part horse.
Well, he's probably would he's part horse, kind of like us out here, right? He's part horse. Part horse.
We're learning some lingo today.
I love it out here at the stable. But a suitcase head. Okay, now we've learned that. Look what big jaws he's got. Aren't they remarkable?
We all love it. We all love Bill to death.
Well, Bill, honey, they treat you bad. I'll be out here. He's so cute.
Give him
Look
your
at
pager number.
Okay, I will. They give me directions how to get out here. I'm always lost. Do you spend a lot of time playing buffalo? And I'm saying playing Buffalo Soldier because I'm going to hope that it's this much fun all the time.
Well, as much time as I can, I put it that way.
Okay, are you retired?
Yes.
Out of the military?
Yes.
Okay, Bill, he loved it. You let a horse have a little time on camera and then he wants to be the star, right? But are these horses, they seem to just take right to us, but they're used to being around people, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They are. In the rodeos and in the parades and trail rides, they're used to it. We don't have any problem with them. And we have the kids that come out on Sundays. We always have our riding on Sunday. We have the kids come out. And we'll saddle up just about everything here and just turn the kids loose up there in the arena and let them come out and ride.
Oh, yeah.
5901 Hudson.
And there's not a street number on the place, okay?
Not a street number anywhere.
But if you turn off 183 or
Come to the white fence.
Come to the white fence.
Come
And
to the white
okay, now do you have an arena here on the place?
No, we just ride up here. Usually we go
that
out
little
to-
turnaround.
Yeah,
Okay.
little turn around up there. And we
Uh-huh.
do that because we don't want to let them out on the street. The whole thing to me is when my wife and I got together with this, we wanted to provide a country setting inside of the city. The
Yeah.
bus stop's right down the road here. You can ride the bus out here. And
I
ride
think I'll ride this horse to the bus. I think you
Well,
and I
you're not
ride-
very far from town, really.
No,
No,
you're not. You're
no.
Not
It's
at all.
just another-
Motorola's right across the street down the road there.
Another good thing about Austin, see, we find these little bits of paradise that are close to town. And this is truly a bit of paradise. So anybody can bring their kids.
Anybody can bring their kids. Every Sunday at about 5 o'clock in the evening, we ride out here until dark, and we just turn them loose. They can sit under the trees and drink the soda waters and whatever, and watch the kids ride.
Every
Okay.
Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Okay, Angela?
I'm going to bring Angela out here.
No, she will want to come
Oh, I know.
when she sees this. Angela, you need,
She
honey.
can even ride Bill.
you,
Can ride Bill?
she has
Should she pack her bags or just ride suitcase Bill?
Angela, you have a reservation to ride right now. Now she put on her jeans, and does she have some boots yet?
She won't be needing boots, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
She
what-
wants to be tender to the horse and just, spur him with tennis shoes.
Okay, she's like me then, right?
That's
Okay,
right.
and you're going to have to get one. Your wife will be so happy. No, you need to bring Angela out here because this is a place where she can come and have a horse ride. And is she 12 yet?
She's 13.
Because I remember when she was really small. Okay, she's 13. What age groups do you get? All ages?
All ages. All ages. We've got one of our good sponsors that donated us riding helmets. We got riding helmets for them. So even if they can't ride, we'll lead them around. I mean,
A little
But
tot,
tell me
yeah.
something. Do you have kids that participate?
I don't have. Well, My baby is 20 years old.
Your baby's 20. He looks like you ought to be in college.
I know it, but his wife's really, trust me, his wife's really glad.
But he won't like that if he hear this and see me calling him baby.
Yeah.
He's a grown man. Now,
He's
but
going on
my
45,
youngest.
I
He's
know.
going on 45. Going on 45.
Well, do you have little children?
Yeah, my children are grown.
Aren't you happy?
Yeah. Well,
Am I?
but
You have
but now I have grandchildren,
Okay.
and they take the place of my children.
Okay.
So
Can they ride?
no, they're not too interested in it right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them interested.
Can you imagine having a granddaddy who not only looks 25, but Richard looked over at me and said,
Miss Joyce, what do you think those horses weigh on the average? To which you said, why don't we ask Ray?
well, I said, I hope it's more than I weigh. Okay, well, Ray. Do you know?
Well, they
I'm sorry, you're right. Son's
Okay.
getting to me.
On an average, a horse weighs anywhere from 900 to about 1,600 pounds.
Now,
1,600 pound horse is a big
honey,
horse.
that's a heavy. That's you're stepping on some green stuff. He's so from the city, Nathan. I apologize. Okay, but
How many pounds of hay do they eat a day, or how much feed?
My horses eat, I would say, about 9 pounds of grain, 9 to 10 pounds of grain a day. And I come out and I hay them twice a day, so I give them all the hay they can eat.
okay, say hey, like
All
that.
the hay they can eat.
That's a good guy because you know how much I love dogs. Anybody that's watched me for very long knows that I love dogs. And
I've got a dog out here.
do you? Well, I've been on
Name a
camera.
little bit. I don't know. Well, you know what? I've got little bit stays out here, never goes anywhere. I bought a dog and I brought him to put him out here. And every time I buy a dog, something happens to him. So little bit just kind of took up out here. Somebody.
Good. Good. So you got a dog.
Best thing in the world. Won't go anywhere. She's probably under a trailer somewhere.
Yeah, she lives here.
Yeah.
But Richard has cats. They're just like horses.
In their own way,
Yeah, in their own way.
We haven't had a chance to show them yet.
They don't weigh as much, though, do they?
No, they
No,
don't. No,
y'all,
no.
I hate to leave, but we're all sweating. Our makeup is running off. It's hot out here. This has been one of the funnest things we've ever done. You like this?
I do like this.
Y'all are good people. You're really good people. And I can't tell you how much. We need to tell everybody again, how do you get out here? Because Sunday afternoon, it's just a salon out here.
5901 Hudson. It's the right-hand or left-hand turn off of 183 across from Motorola, just behind the Austin Auto Exchange. Just come down to the white fence, and we'll be here every Sunday after 5 o'clock, weather permitting,
And
God willing.
a real family thing, right? And you bring your horses from across the street?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he said he would. So I tell you what, we've been talking with Ray Arrington and Nathan Bullock and Richard Baretti. Did I get that right? And I'm Joyce Isaacs. And what we're trying to do is educate a little and have some fun and tell you that Austin is full, just full of lots of fun things, but it's mostly full of interesting people who not only do good things for horses and such, but they do good things for you. They make the world better because they're in it. And I tell you what, this is Richard Baretti saying,
So long, Miss Joyce.
well, adios, honey. Giddy up there. I'm going to start calling him Roy Rogers. Roy and Dale here singing, happy trail, sugar. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
He wants on camera. Okay, now what? Now this is, how old is this colt?
This colt will be 3 months old on the 1st of July. July 1st will be 3 months old.
That'd be tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay, now who's the mother?
The mother is, her mother's named Sunshine, who is out of, if you know anything about horses.
Palomino?
No, she's not a Palomino. She's a sorrel, but she's out of Impressive.
Okay.
She's an impressive mare. And this is her second colt.
Okay, male or female?
It's a male. It's a little stud colt.
Hi.
A little stud colt.
When did you wean him?
About a week ago.
Okay, now.
I took him off his mother and let him start eating on his own.
Well, and did you have any problem with that?
No, he just nickered for a lot. I mean, they just hollered back and forth until he got used to it. So we put another horse. I've got another horse right next to us, so it kind of gives
Like
him
a
give him a little
stablemate,
company.
like
Right.
they do for the race horses.
Right.
Yeah.
So that kind of calmed him
Well, he wanted his mama.
Yeah. He's
Oh, he's pretty.
going to be what we call, he's not going to be a sorrel horse. He'll probably be It'll be a chestnut.
Okay, now
chestnut color.
we got a few more minutes. Okay, so he was birthed out here.
Out here. He was born right across the street. And I've got a
Well,
pastor right across the street.
It says Marrying in Maternity over there.
Yes, the hospital across the street.
Across the street. Well,
And the thing about it is, you don't, unlike a dog, they have birth better by themselves.
If you leave them alone.
If you leave them alone. And they are born weighing about 125 pounds. Can you imagine the mom taking?
Whoa.
No, if I was birthing something weighed 125 pounds, I'd wish you'd have left me alone, period. You know, but and what's his name? Have you named him?
No, this is Frederico. We call him Frederico.
Frederico.
Dad's name is Fred, and we call him Frederico.
Oh, he's so cute. And now he's eating hay.
Yeah, he's eating hay and eating grain, and he's doing real good.
How much weight has he put on since he was born?
Oh, I'd say about 200 pounds.
You thought your kids were big, right?
They were.
You know, you thought she had to have a cesarean with those. Elaine, it could have, well, whatever, okay. Well, this is great. So you all just kind of left her alone when she started, what do you call it, when she started to fold?
Yeah, started to fold.
How long does it take for her to deliver?
11 months and 28 days.
Oh, that's a gestation.
Yeah.
Okay, as in Jester Hall gestation. What, okay.
Well, they have Jester Estates. I wonder if that's a high birth rate community.
Should be.
Hello?
Okay. Okay, but now how long did it take her to give birth? Was anybody there when she went into labor?
Well, yeah, we were, somebody had passed by and they called me and I came out and she was down on the ground. And it took her about 30 minutes.
Okay, in other words, if she was laying down on the ground, you know that she's gone
right.
into... Okay.
You kind of keep track of the days and the times and stuff like that because nothing is for certain. I've had one that went 12 months and 6 days.
Yeah.
And so they, so you kind of...
Well, you wouldn't want that as a racehorse.
No.
That one wasn't born to run. It's
No.
slow. Okay.
Well, now here's the idiot in me coming out. Do horses ever have multiple births, such as twins?
Yes,
Sure they
yes.
do. They do. Sure they do.
Sure they do. I've got in the movies.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine who's got a Napaloosa stable out at Dale, Texas. And his horse gave birth to twins. That was the first set I've seen, except on TV or something, but he had twins.
And so did you stay out here while she was having the baby?
No, well, I stayed out for a while to make sure she was all right. But they get so protective doing that for the first couple of 3 days. They just get so protective.
They want you to leave them alone. Did you have her in a pen by herself?
Yeah, had her by herself. And so for the first couple of days, I from a distance, I look and see if the coat was all right and stuff like that. And they nurses them and they cleans them up themselves. And you never have to worry about anything with a horse. I mean, they clean themselves up and everything.
But isn't that interesting that we have a lot of people that can't, that don't know how to birth, much less get a little one up and going for the world.
And they're born walking.
Yeah.
And they're born walking.
Because I know in the wild they have to get up and run, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's healthy.
Watch out there.
Wait a minute. Don't look at that. That's pretty personal. He's a healthy boy. Do you feel better, Reggie? Okay. Well, he belongs at my house. He's like my dog. This is fascinating, though. Do we need to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to say goodbye to you, and we're talking. We've been talking and talking. I could do about 50 stories out here because we've been visiting with the Buffalo Soldiers, and until we see you again, buckaroos, happy trails. From Joyce and Richard, it's Joyce Isaacs at large.
You gonna put this on TV?
I'll put it in the roll-in.
Okay. No, what are you gonna do? Put it on the roll-in?
Now listen. Say this is Lieutenant Beck, and I got a Clinton joke.
It's Lieutenant Beck. I got a Clinton joke.
Lieutenant Beck, Commander Travis County SWAT.
All right. I have a sense of humor.
Go.
Anyways, Monica went to her.
No, start over with this is Lieutenant Beck, Travis County.
This is Lieutenant Beck, Travis County Sheriff's Department. We do have a sense of humor. Monica went to her plastic surgeon. She asked the plastic surgeon, "Remove my love handles." The doctor looked and said, "Why? You wouldn't be able to hear."
That's good. Got any more important numbers here we should look at?
It's the best and most comprehensive book on Bohemian Grove, and it's written by Mike Hanson, my old camera guy. Mike Hanson Archives.
Look who we got here. Somebody that we haven't seen in about 20 years is
Hello there.
Late and great.
Good to see you.
George Humphrey.
Yes. Oh my goodness! I see who it is. Yes.
Tell us what you've been up to.
Oh my goodness! Isn't this a great day?
Yes.
It is amazing.
tell us why you're here. Hurry, because it's my Facebook.
My heart is heavy for the world, but my heart is also happy for the good people here. We need to get back to work, and we need to realize that this cure, it's not a cure, it's not about a virus, it's about political control. And we are free and sovereign, and we have the choice to either be slaves or to be free. I choose to be free, yes.
Well, guess what I did? I bought about $20,000 worth of editing equipment and hired some people to put all the tapes on for the last 25 years, and you're on there. So I want you to, and I'm gonna plug my YouTube channel.
Okay, great.
Mike Hanson
Of course,
Archives,
of course.
Hanson Archives, and Waco
I
Archives.
didn't recognize you at the start.
Okay, so I need you to say, this is George Humphrey, and I love Mike Hanson Archives.
This is George Humphrey, and this guy is awesome. Mike Hanson, the Mike Hanson Archives. Check it out.
You're on there. We just put about 3 tapes of you on there. And you had slick black hair then.
Now it's all dyed.
All right. God bless y'all. We'll see you in a minute. You're on.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Smith, and I love Mike Hanson Archives. Check it out.
And Hanson Archives.
And Hanson Archives?
Yeah, I got 3 YouTube channels.
Give them all to me. I'll do it. I'll rapid fire them.
God bless you.
Thanks, Mike.